Hey y'all, what's going on? I can't believe how hot it is already. It is 7:45 in the morning. I live in Central Florida, Zone 10A. We are in the month of June. And this is what's going on with the food forest. I watched my video yesterday of this time last year, and it's crazy to think how much has changed. This backyard was a blank slate. Nothing was here but like 2 trees. And my husband and I have slowly been transforming this area into our food forest. We've gotten animals. We have rabbits that have had baby rabbits. We have ducks that have had baby ducks. That's Big Red, our rooster. There's our baby ducks from Donald and Daisy. We've got 4 hens and 1 rooster now. We did have 4 roosters and 4 hens, but that was crazy and not good for the girls. So we did downsize to just 1 rooster. And even though King was my favorite, he was our Easter egg rooster. He was a gorgeous white and black. He was more aggressive, so we couldn't keep him. This is the back of the food forest area. We've been adding a lot of support species. So you're going to see things like Mexican sunflower. They're great for pollinators. They're fast growers in this Florida climate. They can tolerate our soil, and they can be used as chop and drop. I have a Florida native elderberry. This is one watermelon vine. Its origination point is way over there in the corner of my garden bed. And here's one of the watermelons here. This is the crimson sweet watermelon. I have a volunteer midnight snack. She's upset that the chickens are in her area. We try to keep them separated, but it doesn't always work out. We've got some cranberry hibiscus. This is an edible variety of hibiscus. The leaves are edible. It does produce a little calyx, but the leaves are what is used for this plant. You can dry them and use them in tea, or you can eat them fresh on salads. We've got a sunflower in this bed. This is one of my raised garden beds. I have another area that I'm going to show you, and this is where I do a lot of my annual garden. So I've got some roselle in here. This is another type of hibiscus. You could eat the leaves, but they don't really taste like much. This one is more grown for the actual calyx. It can be used as a cranberry substitute. I dry it and make a drink from it. These take like 6 months to get ready. They don't really start producing their flowers and calyx until the sunlight hours start to shorten. We've got some zinnias here. I've got some, goodness gracious, some marigolds back here. I did have a Kajari melon. The ducks are having a fit. But those were finished, so I went ahead and pulled them out. I've got some Puerto Rican black bean that was started, and these will grow up the trellis. They can handle our heat. Right now this trellis is under a shade cloth. This is on the southwest side of my garden, so it gets full sun all day. And while these plants love full sun, they don't necessarily like Florida full sun. This is another one of the crimson sweet watermelons. I do have some random bush beans in here. One candle fire okra. That is another type of hibiscus where the flower turns into an edible fruit or vegetable that we call okra. But that is in a hibiscus family. Let's see here. This one plant has produced all of this watermelon vine that you see here on the floor. So I'm trying not to step on it. We've got another baby watermelon there. More zinnias. This is the Charantius melon. It's like a cantaloupe. Just waiting on that one to ripen. Not quite ready yet. This has to darken some more. This is a Thai chili pepper. This is a mammoth jalapeno. I've been having a squirrel issue, so it's been coming and snacking on a lot of my peppers, so I have not had the opportunity to even save these peppers because they're getting nibbled on. This was an Anaheim pepper. More than likely, the soil that I used, I can't remember the bag name, but I have found several grubs in this bed. So more than likely, when your plant just suddenly wilts, the roots are being attacked. So I guarantee when I go to pull this up, it'll be missing a lot of its roots. Back there is a ground cherry. And then here is the origination point for the crimson watermelon. There's another one. And we have more cranberry hibiscus. Let me try to work my way back out of here. We've added a lot of palm trees in the area. Number one, for beauty. I did want to create more of a tropical aesthetic, but also to try to create some forms of shade. This was my green stalk bean tower. Big Red, why are you following me? It had kidney beans at the bottom. That's a dried bean. That these are ready to harvest. So I'm gonna come out here and harvest all of these beans. I also had some Kalima bush beans and some Royal Burgundy. They do not like this heat and humidity, so they're starting to tinker out. I've got lots of sunflowers that are on their way out. More coming in. We've got some native blanket flower. This is one of our soursop trees. Getting up to 5 feet tall now. It's been in the ground a year. And then I did have a dahlia back here. This is some more blanket flower. This is my in-ground bed where I grew my garlic and my sweet potatoes last summer. So as soon as it started to heat up, there's always roots left behind. So wherever you plant sweet potatoes, just know that they'll be there forever. The great thing is I didn't have to plant any slips this year. They volunteered themselves. So I'm letting them grow. They'll be ground cover. I also have some southern peas, the black-eyed peas, and then the pink-eye purple hall peas. Those go great in our summer. So if you live in Florida, it's a great time to get those in ground. And it's a dry pea Then we also have some red onions that are finishing up. In this island here, we've got some Cavendish bananas. I have some canna lilies. This is our dwarf Hawaiian mango. It's flowered like 5 times and it keeps trying to hold on to little baby fruit. But again, it's only been in the ground a year. This newer bed here, we're working on more soil development. So unlike this one where we just did cardboard and mulch, we stripped a lot of the grass in this area because we have that very invasive, I don't know if it's Bermuda grass or what it's called, but it has a very intertwined thick root system that grows under the surface. So it makes it very hard for plants to come up, and it also makes it very hard to get nutrients. So we stripped all of that and planted a bunch of cover crops. So anything from marigolds to southern peas to radishes, things that grow quick that we can use as chop and drop to feed this soil. We also have support species in here, more cranberry hibiscus. I've got some cassava that I did from cuttings. They'll be throughout. This is our pink guava. We got this from one of the big box stores. It is producing. We'll see if it holds on to some of this fruits. More Mexican sunflower. This is a Julie mango. We've got some aloe. And then, like I was saying, lots of the cassava. This is a root crop, so it grows well in this climate. And you can harvest it by pulling up the roots. I've got some Seminole pumpkin, just now starting to take off. We've got an Adamoya sweet sop, probably about 3 feet tall. Then we've got a Jamaican cherry, and it's surrounded by some pink muley grass and then lots of native grass that have come through. It produces these little red berries. They kind of remind me of Captain Crunch, the cereal. Like when you eat one of those sweet berries, that's what it tastes like. And then that's a Kerry star fruit over there. And then I moved the coconut palm over here so it can get more water, because it wasn't getting hit by the sprinkler system, and it was drying out too fast. So hopefully the newer leaves look nice and green and healthy. This is my nice little pathway. This is an ice cream bean. And then I'm gonna plant some more pigeon peas. I have those also growing throughout the food forest. And they're support species. They help produce, will create nitrogen in the soil by attracting certain bacteria. And then they produce the edible peas, otherwise known as gandules. All right, this is heading into my chicken area. We have a Maha Chinook mango. In this bed, I have some turmeric. Nothing has popped up just yet. I will move this to a shadier area once they pop up. I have a muscadine grape that I planted here. That's Cleopatra. She's my friendliest chicken. We've got a lemon tree that I planted from seed. And then we have a World's Best mulberry. And then an Everbearing mulberry over there. And then here I have an Everglades tomato, more sunflower. We've got a blue Java banana, a papaya. This is a Kent mango. And then I'm creating a border around my annual garden bed area. So we've got some beautyberry. I have an LSU purple fig. It does have little figs on it. More of the leaf-footed bugs that I hate. But it's got about 3 figs on it. So my Myers lemon. We've got some rosemary in the ground, more cranberry hibiscus. This is one of the blackberries. Don't know the variety, but I got it from one of the big box stores. I've got more of the zinnias. We've got lemongrass over here. And then my passion fruit vine. This is the purple variety. Then we have a prime arc blackberry. Just got this one this year. It is growing great. I've got some tiger lilies. This is lemon basil. My oregano. It does spread, so just be careful or be mindful wherever you plant it. If you're planting it in your garden bed, it will spread. More random sunflowers. This is a grapefruit. And then I have a pink Eureka lemon. Not doing the best. I may take it out. It's been struggling since I got it. And then this is my other green stalk tower. It's got some celery, and I started that from the grocery store. I just chopped the base off and replanted it, and it's been doing great. It was eaten down by some, I want to say they were the swallowtail caterpillars. But it grew back with a vengeance. And then I've got some parsley going on below it, some dill at the bottom. A lot of these pockets are empty. Not a lot grows during our summer, but in the wintertime, I try to fill it up with different types of lettuces. And then that's a Chigemicide spinach. It's like an Asian spinach. Then this is the pond garden. We've just mostly got ornamental plants here. A couple of queen palms that we added, a bunch of canna lilies, a dwarf cavendish, some foxtail palms. I think those are called either gold dust or I think they're gold dust crotons. All right, let's go inside. All right, and here we've got some lemon balm, more of the lemon basil. I've got cages over my peppers. I have a little squirrel that's been getting in here and eating all of my sweet peppers. This was a habanero pepper that I just threw over here. This is a banana pepper. Peppers are starting to slow down. It's getting a little hot, so their flowers are falling off. I have a bunch of Cubanelle peppers. This one is a gypsy pepper from my old seeds. I've got a shishito. This was my midnight snack. I did do a very hard prune. I've been pruning it back since last fall because it grows so aggressively. If you look at the trunk, I don't know if it'll come back. I'm okay if it doesn't. Then I've got some collard greens here, doing a lot better since I gave them a little bit of shade and removed a lot of the unhealthy ones. So hopefully we can get a harvest in before they start getting too bitter. I've got lots of Lacinato kale. They slow down during the summer. They don't die off. This is a Black Magic variety, has smaller leaves. And then I'm not sure what variety that is. It was supposed to be curly kale, but clearly it was not. But it has a wider leaf. They're both Lacinato dinosaur kales. I just don't know what variety that is. On the other side of this tower, I've got some tarragon going to seed here. I've got some stevia, some sage, lemon thyme down there. The dill is also going to flower. I have some chives. They produce these beautiful purple flowers. And this is how I water my towers. I use a drip system. Greenstalk does have a hose that is made for this, but it pours out extremely fast. So most of the water was just shooting out the bottom of the drainage. I find that running it through drip, it goes in a lot slower and it has time to fully like saturate each pocket. Here I have all of my shade loving perennial greens. I've got some Katuk growing. I've got some Okinawan spinach. It has the purple color on the bottom. And then I've got some longevity spinach back there in the back. This was a cabbage that didn't take off last fall. It stayed small, but once I harvested the rest of the cabbage, it decided to start growing. So I left it. Here are some Roma tomatoes. I thought they were done. I actually cut them back, but left it and it started regrowing. I've got a bunch of marigolds in here. I've got some onions in here. This is the Clemson spineless okra. They get pretty big. They are great producers. They start producing when they're like this tall. And literally I can think it's not ready in the morning, and by the evening it's already like at a pickable size. I love this zinnia variety. I don't know what it is. They were all supposed to be the same, but I don't mind a little variety in here. Then these are just some more peppers. I've got some Cubanelles in here, more marigolds, more onions. And then in the back, I have a tunda pepper. It's an orange bell pepper variety. And then that little one back there is a pippin sweet pepper variety. Bunch of seedlings in here. I've got some sugarloaf pineapples. These are a white variety. I did have some peanuts planted in here, but something came, most likely the squirrel, and ate every single peanut I had. And then I have a moringa that is just not growing. So I don't know. This isn't my year for moringa. All right, let's go to the other side of the food forest. So it has been sustaining upper 90s already. It started the first week of May. So we got very hot very quick, and then we stayed hot. And it's still our dry season. Hurricane season hasn't quite started yet. So a lot of things are really struggling. I moved my grapes over here. These are a table grape variety. We have a Niagara one, which is a white variety. It's doing a lot better. It's starting to grow. I did have plant some sunflowers in here, and some marigolds. And then this is the Reliance. It's a purple variety. And this has put on a lot of growth since I put it over here. And then I planted some Sunshine Mimosa as a ground cover over here. So hopefully it takes over this whole area. We have our Florida Prince Peach. She's done for the season. This is a Valencia Orange that I started from seed last year. I'm gonna put in the ground. This is a Coconut Cream Mango. I feel like it's been moved twice. So it hasn't had a chance to really get established. We have more pigeon peas. This is a Methyl Plum. Hopefully as my neighbor's oak tree gets big, because it drops all of its leaves in the winter, it provides more shade. This is I think a Bismarck palm. Gets really big and beautiful. My neighbor has one across the street and it's absolutely gorgeous. Slow grower. Not sure what this one is. This was one of the original trees that were on the property, and we did leave it. More Mexican sunflower. This is my blueberry patch. I've got 4 different varieties over here. I know this one is a pink lemonade variety. This one is a emerald. It has the bigger leaves. That one I've had for a while, lost the tag. It does produce blueberries every year, but they're just really tiny. And then this one is a newer variety. Doesn't really say, just says who's it's from. We've got more pigeon peas. We've got a native firebush. And then we have a dwarf firebush. This one stays more of a shrub. This one gets really tall and huge. I need to refill my bird feeder. That's probably why they're attacking things in my garden. This is the Mariposa plum. Then back there we have some more of the beauty berry. I've got some tropical sage here, the ones that are native to Florida. So there's a scarlet variety and a white variety. More sunflowers, some milkweed. This is like my butterfly cottage garden area. Got some lavender over there. My vincas. This one died, so I'll have to replace that one. And some more milkweed. This is a Barbados cherry. Finally starting to grow. It was a very short stick for the longest time. And it is finally starting to put on some growth. This is my pineapple row. You'll see a bunch of them here. Sunflowers. This one is my oldest pineapple. It's about 2.5 years old. This one is almost ready. You want it to be yellow kind of all the way around. And if you didn't know, you can grow pineapples from the top. That's how I started this one. They do take longer that way. And then these are called slips. Ouch, they're pokey. They're growing from inside the plants. And then they also produce pups that grow from the base of the plant. So all of those can be planted to become more pineapple plants. So if you look here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So, and then the top, which would be 6. At least 6 new pineapples from just this one plant. I do have some dragon fruit that's not doing so well, so I'll probably move that. I was supposed to put it in pots, but I have not done so. This is our loquat. It was just transplanted, and then as soon as we put it in the ground, that's when our heat wave hit. So these leaves got a little bit crispy, but it'll bounce back. We've just added more mulch, and then we're trying to make sure we water this one daily to get it established. We've got more pineapples coming up here. These crepe myrtles, this is my favorite one because it produces the prettiest red flowers. These were already here. Then this is my Pitanga. It's a Suriname cherry variety. Needs some water. It's starting to struggle a little bit. I may move this one to over here where it only gets a little bit of morning sun. I had a Jopotacaba on this side as well, but once I moved it over here, it started doing much better. So this is the last pineapple here that's producing. Then I've got more aloe. This is my happiest one. It's doing well in the shade, and it also gets a lot of water during our rainy season because it's up underneath the roof line of the house. We've got some ferns everywhere. These are mostly already here. My mom came down to visit and added this rose. It's been doing well. We've got lots of crotons. And then this is the Jopotacaba that is doing much better since it moved in this area. We do need to add some more mulch down since we've dug it in. But I think I'm gonna put the Pitanga over here as well to see if it'll also do just as good as this one's doing once I moved it. And that is pretty much it. These are some pink variety crepe myrtles. This was the bar that was pre-existing when we moved here. We are tearing it down. We've got the bar part down. Now overhead is just the almost like a pergola structure. This decking, this is what happens with wood in Florida. So if you aren't using that treated wood that's meant to be outside, or that plastic wood look-alike, it's not going to last long, not with our humidity and our water. And this is my fiddle leaf fig. More pineapples. This is another one that's producing. This is on the other side of the pond garden. And then my beautiful hibiscus that was also pre-existing. And that is it for the update for June. So I can't wait to give you more updates, especially as our soil starts to develop. If you can see, we're working with sand, which is great for drainage, but terrible when it comes to providing nutrients for your plants. And my goal is to be able to plant things directly in ground and utilize my raised beds for short-term crops. So things that take like 4 to 6 months to develop, I would rather plant in ground in this area and not in a raised bed. I do leave my cardboard boxes outside. This makes them easier to actually work with when you do need them, because they're a lot softer and not as rigid. We're waiting on more of this border to come in. They're almost out of stock, so I don't know what I'm going to do if it runs out and it doesn't meet. Doesn't meet where I need it to. So I hope you guys are enjoying your garden. I love watching the channels from gardeners that are in lower zones like 7, 6, and 5, because they're just now getting started with all of their seasonal crops. And down here in Florida, we are pretty much wrapping up with a lot of our seasonal crops. We still get small harvests here and there, but mostly everything is coming to an end. I think I forgot to talk about these loofah. This is my first time growing loofah. You dry them and you can use them as sponges. When they are young, I watched a video. They say you can eat them as a zucchini substitute, but there's other squash that I'll try next year that grow well in the southern climates that we can eat down here that for a zucchini substitute. Oh my God, look at all these stink bugs. I meant leaf-footed bugs. This is another reason why I grow sunflowers everywhere, because the leaf-footed bugs prefer the sunflower. And since I'm not eating this, I don't grow these for seed, even though I have in the past. They're more of a trap crop, and then I'll cut the heads off and give them to my chickens. But yeah, and that's it. That's Gretel. She used to have a twin brother named Hansel. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying your garden season. Let me know in the comments what you guys are growing, or if you're taking a break during the summer. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Gardening can be brutal, absolutely brutal, in the summer months, so no shame in that. But you guys have a good one. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share these videos.